Now we're going to grab number 4 and number 5, which is our lap joint. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my angles for the lap joint, just so that I don't get confused when I go to cut them. I'm going to always start from the inside and go to the outside corner. Our angle's going to point towards the outside corner, so I'm just going to put a rough line there, and again towards the outside corner. So now I've got my angles. We'll go ahead and hog out some material. So we're going to start with number 4. We're going to cut a 45-degree line all the way through it. So I just cut this at my 45-degree angle. Now I'm going to hog out the back of it with the dado blade. I want it to look like this on the back once I'm done. So I'm going to flip it over. My number's on the top side, so I know that this is the back side. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to line my speed score up right with the very bottom edge of that angle. And this is important that it's accurate, because otherwise it'll mess up your joint. I'm going to draw a line across there. So now I have a point of reference. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to make sure I line up the edge of my blade just with that mark. And I've set the dado blade at 3/8 inch height because I need to hog out half of the material, and since this is 3/4 inch thick, half of 3/4 is 3/8. So I've adjusted the height from the last time we were using this. Okay, so we've dadoed out the back side of this angle. One thing I want to mention is if you go too far this way and hog out too much material, you do have a little bit of extra room, you have a little bit of extra length, so you can just cut back your 45 a little bit and then match your material to that again. So it's easily fixable. So we finished the first half of our lap joint. We're going to go ahead and grab piece number 5. And we just need to rabbet it out, the top side of it out at a 45-degree angle. So it will look like this when we get done with it. Okay, I've set the blade height here to 3/8 again, so I can hog out half the material. I'm going to use this to just set my line, and then I will take this over to the dado blade and hog out the rest of it. So I'm going to make sure that my number is facing down because I'm hogging out the front side of this. I'm going to line it up. Again, I'm going to be careful. I make sure that this corner is lined up with the left side of my blade. So you finished your lap joint. The hardest part of the project is behind you. You have a couple more cuts that are pretty straightforward, and then you will almost be done with your project.